My story, my personal perspective, research, and lived experiences, why I left organized religion.
Crossroads in my life where I left religion. It was a very cultish type religion, although mainstream. It had its own teachings that were bizarre, not based on anything in the Bible, even though they claimed it was. So I got disillusioned by their false teachings, and I got disillusioned by how a brotherly love organization would function, and certainly it had no God in it the way it functioned in reality, and I was high up enough in it where I saw the corruption. So I knew that if I didn't have some sort of hobby or something to fill that with my first wife, that it would just lead to divorce. And she suggested swinging, which I had no idea what that was. So I went to the library, got a lot of books, and did a lot of reading. But it was that twisting away from traditional religion that caused me to rethink a lot of my values and a lot of my understandings of what should be to make me happy. And so that I find very true today. Youth are especially doing it, but people who swing or even just enter the lifestyle and aren't really active in it or whatever their situation, they're twisting away from the traditional because it's not making them happy. And they do become happier when they leave those traditional bonds and those shackles of those traditions. They become happier in their relationships. They become happier as people. They feel freedom. It's a wonderful freedom of not having to follow these traditions. They're not laws, they're traditions. And so then, I've got an idea where everything has a pendulum, and for every action there's an equal opposite reaction. That's a scientific term, but in another way, it's also true in social things, and it's also true in governmental things. It's true everywhere, it seems like. And the opposite, the swing to the opposite of churches losing control over their parishioners is them trying to gain more control, and they became politically active, and they've become all these other things to try and desperately gain control over people. And so that's how I see this swing away from traditional marriage, is they're leaving traditional church ideas, and there's going to be a pendulum where it swings back, and they're becoming hostile. And that explains our political situation today. They're trying to gain more control over the people.
The views expressed in this video are based on my personal perspective, research, and lived experience. I encourage you to think critically, do your own research, and reflect on what resonates with you.